First heat of the morning as we kick things off quickly with Caroline Marks, Nikki Van Dijk, and Bronte Macaulay. Really to set the stage this morning here at Les Canoes. She is the defending champ of this event and coming off a huge win in Lemoore, California. So Moore's coming in with some momentum coming up in the next heat. Setting up the backhand in the first wave of the event is Bronte Macaulay, timing 2 clean backside hacks to start. Great rhythm and flow, timing the lip line well, and getting a start on the board. And showcasing that backhand attack again. Nice, clean opening start. What'd you think, Potts?
I like it, Joe. You know, just getting those nerves settled. Obviously, first wave of the event, so it's going to set the scale for the rest of the heat. A couple of nice, clean turns there from Bronte, and I think that's what you got to have against experienced surfers, is those very few mistakes. Obviously, conditions are going to play a big part of this. It's just finding those right waves, but you know, it doesn't need to be length of ride, doesn't count anymore. So if you can fit 2 good solid moves like Bronte did, we're going to see solid scores come through. With that wipeout, though, that's not what you need.
More action to come. Nikki Van Dijk gets started. 2 clean snaps. Beautiful form and rhythm. Into that roundhouse cutback. And we'll fade on out of there. So we're seeing a similar style of approach on these opening rides, offering a couple of maneuvers off. Bronte, 5-5, did finish on her feet. And Nikki completing a couple of clean maneuvers here, Potts.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot tougher for the natural footers. I think when you look at Bronte's maneuvers, they were a little bit more vertical, a bit more in the pocket. On your front side, it's a little bit harder to get that board in that vertical position because it's not a really a steep wave. So
the goofy footers, Chelsea Georgeson was stellar out here in this region. 3 titles to her name, with finals over legends like Melanie Redmond-Carr, Rochelle Ballard, Lane Beachley back in the day. Another great goofy foot setting this one up, a rookie on tour. Snap on the open face, off the lip, she'll throw away the finish. So 2 complete turns, and that'll be compared to Bronte Macaulay, who's on board with a 5.5.
Got to mix it up on your forehand if you want to get those big scores. Let's have a look at Caroline's wave. Big, powerful open face turn from her. Another nice turn, and they try to fit in that 2 for 1 and kind of lost the fins out the back. So, you know, it's still early days, plenty of time remaining. And no one loses in this round, so you can afford to kind of go for it. A few mistakes here and there is not really going to hurt you that much.
Kind of ride that you're not going to forget. And so you can really feel that energy. Bronte got some of her biggest numbers of her career on this backhand at Jeffreys Bay this year. Now adapting to these beach break conditions. A couple of classic little cars, but she's got it back for the 5-5. Finding the lip to hit is Caroline Marks in transition. And once again, falling off her board on the finishing move.
Yeah, just going for it, you know. She's trying to, I think, maybe fit a little bit too much in on each wave. I think maybe focus a bit more on individual maneuvers. Worked out their equipment, worked out the banks on each different tide, and I think that's what you got to do. Surf it on the low, surf it on the incoming, the mid, the high, and do your homework.
Van Dijk, a lot of face to work with on this one. Top turn arc. Nice front side slash on the open face and frames it up vertically for the finish. 3 maneuvers down the line for the Australian. And she was looking for a 3.77 to take the lead off Macaulay.
But Bronte definitely dropped that. 1.93 is what she's got to better. Let's have a look and see what Caroline did on the left. So changing up her game plan. Going for the front side attack, Joe. And this wave not really cooperate.
Having a look now, Bronte Macaulay. Couple of connections on the back end there, looking for a 2.77 to take the lead. So important ride for Bronte. 12:30 remaining.
And has come into play, but at the moment, it's all about the backside attack from Bronte Macaulay. Nice snap there to finish off, nice and clean. No mistakes on that occasion. I think she's going to get that score and move into that first spot.
The win of the U.S. Open in her hometown of Huntington Beach. Here comes Caroline. Another slip-off for Marks first thing in the morning.
Yeah, you know, wax, you know, the deck grip, all that stuff, very important, you know, and I think you saw most of the competitors walking down with either Ugg boots on or shoes just to keep their feet warm before they jump into the ocean. And here she goes again.
Bronte now just weaving her way through this inside corner just at the tail end of that ride. Being the most active in this heat, holding down her lead. Currently 16th on the Jeep leaderboard. She had back-to-back surf in the Margaret River continuation at the Uluwatu CT. And then also the quarterfinal at J Bay. There's that first turn, Potts.
Yeah, beautiful. You know, and I think, how is it, though, when we see surfers needing results, we see athletes with their backs against the wall, that's when we see the best performance. And I think that's what we see from Bronte right now. There's a sense of urgency coming out in her performance. She knows she needs a good result here to get herself up into that top 10.
For battle coming up next, Coco Ho takes on Carissa Moore. And also representing New Zealand, Paige Harrell would be a big part of that heat. Van Dijk needing a 6.43 to take this one off Macaulay. Draws that first line off the top. Little layback re-entry. Just framing it up, dropping that back shoulder.
A single turn of the heat, but is it going to be that 6.43 that's required? I mean, look back at Bronte Macaulay's 5.60. Let's have a look at the first turn. Very important to get that board. Kind of caught just a little bit of a rail, but then put her in a really good situation right there. Nice big sort of layback jam in the pocket. Definitely the best maneuver of the heat, but is that first turn enough to push that score into that 6.3 range?
Her best on her last of 5.73. Not enough to turn the heat. Bronte Macaulay takes the first heat win of the Roxy Pro. Goes straight into round 3 action.